Come follow the new Nevada History segment of 4th Street Live podcast as we dive into stories of Nevada's past, tales of mobsters, railroads, cowboys, and mysteries around the battle-born state. Subscribe to 4th Street Live podcast for more wild stories and the real history behind the neon. New episodes weekly. The past is never really dead in Nevada, it's just waiting to be told.
Am I like one of your most like fucking like you just tell everybody what to do and they do it, and I'm like, whoa, listen, what is this?
Yeah, I've had some challenges.
Hello, don't talk like this.
I've had some challenging ones. You're good. Troy's was pretty good.
Now when I go, yes, I followed
Yeah.
around.
So you grew up in Reno, bro, and I got to tell you before we get started, dude, that if there was a Mount Rushmore of dudes that I look up to in my life, you're on it, like right next to my dad, bro. You're to me the epitome of what a man is supposed to be. You know what I mean? And I will never be as hardcore as you, dude, and that's okay. But like the WWRD is what would Robert do, bro? And those situations occur to us often, you know, how we handle shit. You're the kind of guy that's like, I'll fucking stand on that shit even if I'm wrong. And that's why I fuck with you. Because even if you're wrong, bro, you're like, nah, we're standing on this. Those don't happen often. You know what I mean? You're not wrong often, but if it does, you're like, whatever, dude. Fucking, that's what I love about you, bro. You're kind of a Reno legend, dog. You know? I don't know if you know that, but
No,
you are.
I'm not a Reno legend.
You are, because I'm Blake's age, and when me and Blake were growing up, everybody knew who you were. You were the fucking scary cat in town. I know you hate it, but you're Leroy Brown, bro. You're white Leroy Brown. You know? That's what you are, bro. You were like that for us kids, and it was like fucking Robert's the dude's gonna not lose the fight, you know? We always looked up to you, bro. You know? But seeing you fucking just do this with me now is the coolest fucking thing ever, bro. Get to talk about Reno shit, you know? How long you lived in Reno for?
I'm 37, so 37 years, born and raised.
You were born here. You have an infinity in your heart, too, for Reno kids, I feel like.
Yeah.
No? I feel like you fuck with kids that come around more that were raised here.
Not really. I just fuck around with people that, like you said, like just, I don't know, like-minded. And I was never trying to be like the tough guy or anything like that.
You were just tough, dog.
Well, yeah, but I also was raised differently where, like, I was raised by a man where, yeah, if fucking, hey, you lie to me, well, guess what? I'm going to call you out on it. If you fucking do something shady, the same thing. You know what I mean? Which a lot of people don't do that anymore.
Right.
And so I was definitely not in my age limit, or, you know what I mean? Growing up, I was older than what I really was.
Right. Yeah, I get what you're
More
saying.
mature. I was immature, but more mature in that way.
Yeah.
Handling stuff like men do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it is dying. I talked to Troy about that a lot. It's a dying breed.
Yeah,
you know
it is. I mean? It sucks because everybody will lie to you, and it's a simple lie. Hey, fucking, yeah, I ate that. You know what I mean?
Right.
All you have to do is say that.
Yeah.
Instead of like, nah, I'll fucking, no, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what sucks. And I don't want to surround myself with any of those type of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that sucks. You know what I mean? And I've never been like that. You know, that's why I've always tried to, I don't know, live my life that way. You either one, you hate me because I am like that.
Right.
Two, you're scared of me because I will fight you because you are fucking up or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm really just a nice dude that just is like, hey,
yeah,
what do you need?
I've gotten to know the really nice. You're a nice dude, even when you're fucking mad, dude. You know what I mean? Because what you're talking about is principle shit that is like, fuck, why is he even telling me this shit? And it's, maybe because he gives a fuck. You know what I mean? And that's what I like, bro.
Well, yeah.
You know, and there's been people that you've identified in circles that I've been surrounded with, and you're like, I don't trust that guy. Whatever, bro. Shit, I couldn't have seen a mile away, dog. You know, and you've never been wrong. You've never been wrong, bro. You got a good eye for people, bro. You know, you got a good eye for people. And you've also, you do have a good eye for people. You've also helped change the culture here for our generation, bro. You were like the first cat in town rocking a Ventura style helmet, and then everybody's rocking a Ventura style helmet. You know,
with
that's
a mask,
with the
everything,
mask, bro.
Yeah.
Now I do it, bro. Now I rock with the Ventura with my hood on, dude. You know, I was like, well, it actually is smart because your neck doesn't get cold. You know, but you're the first cat in town that was doing that. You know, so did you get right into motorcycles? You were doing BMX when I was a kid.
Yeah, I grew up around a lot of motorcycles and a lot of
Your dad, right?
Yeah, and just family, my dad, his friends, at a shop. You know what I mean? I got to see, grow up with like panheads. I knew what a panhead was when I was, 6 years old, riding on it. And
I'm gonna turn you up, Rob.
check, mic check.
You're good. So you had a you knew what the panheads were because didn't your dad have a panhead?
Yeah, panhead, shovel heads. I knew all about that before I knew, like, you know what I mean, what any type of car was,
Right.
So luckily I grew up into that. But growing up into that also back then, 37 years ago, there was a lot of drugs and alcohol, which is why I'm straight edge and was straight edge. I sold out obviously and drank and got drunk one time. Stupid, but it's not for me. Wasn't fun. I don't know why
You didn't
people
miss
do
anything
it.
from your life.
No.
Yeah. I talked about that with another girl on the show, who's talking about being straight edge, bro. Cats that, in my experience, that sell out either fucking are fine, right? And then they can just be good, or they go fucking crazy, bro. You know?
Yeah, but I also look at it as like, it depends on how you grew up. I grew up where I seen fucking pregnant girls shoot up.
Damn.
I had like I grew up in a trailer park, and behind this tire store, we built dirt jumps, right? And this girl would shoot up right in front of us. She was pregnant, but they would throw their needles in this field.
Damn.
And so like, I crashed, it wasn't that far, but it was like probably 8 feet away from me, right?
Yeah.
And my dad was there and saw that, and he was like, "Hey," and he stopped that real quick. Um, but I grew up in a different thing where I was straight edge for me. Why everybody was beating people up or having problems with people doing drugs, that wasn't me because I grew up around drugs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Your MO was because it was something that you wanted to do for you.
Well, I could tell you, I mean, we could, however long the show is, I can probably tell you 1,000 stories and keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just of shit that I saw when I was a little kid over drugs. It's ruined people's lives. It's ruined everybody's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, being straight edge, maybe these cats that were straight edge, maybe they, found straight edge and thought it was cool. It is cool. Thought it was cool, but then when they sell out, well, they never got to experience what drugs did to people. What, you know what I mean? Not having money for Christmas, or you know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Right.
So then I think they go the whole opposite way and like drink and get drunk or
It is
everything. You know what
just
I mean?
and they want to try it all. They're like, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that, bro.
Which
too.
I've never done any powder. I've never smoked a cigarette. I got drunk one time. It's just when you grow up around it and you see everybody doing it and you're like, man, that actually like that looks cool. And then when you ask your homies, you're like, hey, fucking, what do you think? Should I get drunk?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fun. They're like, oh no, that's stupid. Why would you do that? I'm like, well, you're having hella fun.
Right.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
And then one point I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what it's like. Did it. It really wasn't that fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've also lived my life again as like another reason why I never did drugs is because, I don't have an excuse for what I say to you when I'm fucked up. You know what I mean?
You're responsible for everything that comes out of your fucking mouth.
For everything that I said. So anything that you've ever heard me say was 100% true.
Right.
And
You
I
can
have no
stand on it.
excuse.
Right.
Yeah. I have no excuse. And, you know, the first time I got in trouble, I would go to court and I'm fighting my trial and doing all this stuff. And then there'd be people that, you know, got a DUI and fucking killed a kid and they're getting let out or something, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm like, man, that's all I have to do is just fucking drink and then I get off with a crime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like really upset with that too. And, you know, still to this day, I mean, it's like that you have, you know, I got in trouble because the things that I did, I was sober, which if I was drunk, I probably would have got a slap on the wrist and been like,
damn,
oh,
that's
man.
funny to think about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You were sober, so you really did that shit too. Yeah.
And so it sucks and it's heartbreaking because not that I want to see anybody ever go to prison or jail. You know what I mean? But fuck, give me a break. You know what I mean? I want a break.
Yeah.
And if all I have to do is get drunk before I do something, well,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, I'm 33 and I grew up on Stardust. And on Stardust, everybody was doing it and it was cool to do it, right? You know? And so that was the group of kids that I was surrounding myself with. The Idlewild kids, you know, those kids that was like everybody was doing that shit and you were cool if you did that shit. And then I found out that fucking I liked the effect produced by drugs, bro, to the point where it's like I realized that I suffer from a major deficiency where it's like I'm gonna be addicted to anything I fucking try that changes my head, bro. And I remember knowing all the straight edge cats. I got my ass beat for the first time real bad by a straight edge cat, and I think it was either Dylan or Peanut, but it was at Open Ground, bro, and it was all over drugs, dude. And never for a moment did I think waking up the next day with my fucking eyes swollen shut that I was gonna stop doing drugs or fucking anything, you know. And but then when I got sober, then I kind of got it, and when I got off completely abstinent from everything, then I understood why it was cool, why it's attractive. Because what it did was the cool thing is it made it cool that you didn't have to do that shit. You know what I mean? Which is now what I'm trying to fucking accomplish here with doing meetings here and shit is just make it's okay to fucking, it's okay. It's cool to not have to party and get fucked up all the time. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely with you. You definitely had a culture come behind you too, man. Because there's a lot of cats that I feel like didn't start being straight edge until you did. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, but
which is cool because you lead cats, bro. You know.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's like and I see that, and that's why I've always like, you know what I mean? That's why I'm not trying to be a cool guy or fucking anything like that.
Right.
You know, trendsetter. I've just
you did it for you, yeah.
Yeah, I did it for me, and and if I did heroin or cocaine or whatever drug out there, I know it's that good that I'll lose everything. And
that's it. Yes.
And I know that because I've seen that firsthand. I've seen that when I was a little kid. I've seen everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen women get stabbed over it in front where I'm like, damn, okay, this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, what are they fighting about? You know, then I found out later, they were fighting out over heroin, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? That's how good it is.
Right.
And I know that if I ever did it, I'd lose everything because look at everybody else that's ever done it. Either they have lost everything and then got it back up, or they still have lost everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how good it's better than your fucking family, than anything that you've ever had.
Yeah.
So I have a friend, a really good friend of mine that I met playing just softball out here in like an adult league. We became really good friends, and it was while I was still drinking. And he came and hung out with me one night, and he was I bought him a drink. I just bought him a drink, and he's like, "No, I'm cool." And it was like the most bizarre thing at that moment. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I've actually never even tried it. And he's my age. Our birthday's 2 days
Yeah.
apart. And I've never tried any of it. And there's a lot of totally different sides of the aisle where you guys come from. And he was like, my dad is like an addict, and I just don't want to do that. And it seems to me like after hearing just a little bit of what you said, and then all the stuff I've ever heard him say, he had something to, like, when I would use and drink, like it was filling time, it was something to do, and it had a hold on you at the same time. Growing up, what do you think? Like you had, like you obviously had something to do that was more fulfilling. And like, how did you think, like, how do you sustain that? How do you, like, it was enough to keep you away from doing drugs and alcohol, other than like the bad stuff that you see that was associated with it?
Yeah.
Like, how
That was me too. Yeah. What did you do?
Yeah, as a kid, like, what did, like,
Because that's what
how
I
did
did.
you have fun? You know, kind of like,
exactly.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know, for people that don't know, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So like I grew up riding BMX bikes, and I was out riding my bike every day. But again, I never had, like, either your parents are addicts or they're not,
True.
right? But if your parents are addicts, you're either 100% an addict after that because you grew up around it and you use that as an excuse to be like, yeah, I saw this every day. This is what's normal. Or you're the whole opposite way and being like, why would I ever want to do that?
Right.
You know, my dad was a drug addict, and till I got into like first or second grade, he quit drugs. He went to rehab. He did everything for me, right? Well, when my dad quit drugs, he actually lived in the hospital. He went to life skills where he got like his brain right.
Oh, shit.
And off drugs. So again, like I grew up differently. So when everybody's in first grade going and riding their bikes or doing whatever, I'm excited to go to the hospital to get a pair of hospital socks, that have
The grippy socks.
the grippy socks.
Yeah.
That's what I was excited about, to go see my dad, hang out with my dad. And I didn't know, I knew, but I didn't know that it was that bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he stopped when I was in like second grade. Not that everybody around him didn't stop, but he stopped. My mom never was a drug addict, but my dad was. And then all his homies were still drug addicts.
Yeah.
And so, that's this kind of stuff. And there's a lot more that I can go into that I just, it's just.
He's just differently than other kids. This is Jacob, the host of the 4th Street Live podcast, and my new book, The Rail Runner, inspired by my life on the railroad and being a railroad contractor, is now for sale on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Please go check out my new story if you're looking to escape reality for a few hours. It's a great read. Support a local Reno author. Thanks so much. I don't know about you guys, but if you have ever been down on your motorcycle, gotten hit, somebody had no insurance, anything like that, you feel like there's nobody around to help you out, but Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys is the way to go. You need to get these guys, just save them in your phone if you have to. Law Tigers is there to help bikers. It's bikers for bikers. These guys ride motorcycles, and they will take care of you. They're personally handling claims and will be the biggest advocate for anybody on 2 wheels. Check out Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys, and a sponsor of 4th Street Live. Thanks so much. There's only one place in town I take my Harley Davidson motorcycle to, and that is Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop on Glendale Avenue in Reno. If you're looking for a tune-up, customizing your motorcycle, bars, exhaust, they've got everything you need and one of the best hourly rates in town for any of your motorcycle repair stuff. Go check out Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop. You were raised.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I grew up around, knowing what drugs, you know what I mean? I seen a man get caught on fire.
What?
You know what I mean? Yeah, at the motel on the Monkey Wrench Motel.
Fuck. He got caught on fire, or he got caught on fire?
My uncle lit him on fire, and I'm in the truck.
Fuck, dude. How old are you?
Through the door, probably, I don't know, 7, 8.
God damn, bro.
Because they were going on a motorcycle trip across country.
Yeah.
And then My uncle knew that his girlfriend was in the room.
Damn, bro.
She was with somebody else.
Damn,
well, they
bro.
both got caught on fire. I was in the truck, right? So it's just like, and that was all over drugs. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I mean others. You know what I mean? But that's what all led to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Without drugs as a factor, that shit
Yeah,
wouldn't have
yeah.
happened.
Pretty.
Yeah.
It's for a kid to pick that up and know, you know, as you're growing up and learning, especially as like turning into a young man, to have the wherewithal. Like, I don't want it, because for some people that might be exciting. As horrible as that is, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and to have the wherewithal to know, like, this is not what I want to do, is because my dad, stone cold sober, has been stone cold sober my whole life. He's not my biological father, but I would never know if you had never told me. Every game, videotaped everything. My mom struggled with drugs and alcohol growing up, and I didn't know it. She was sober when I was first born, and then like went off the rails. And so I saw all the crazy shit, but I was already exposed to drugs and alcohol with my older sister, and it was fun. And then I turned into like, there was like a deep resentment towards my mother because of what I went through with my mother going on with drugs and alcohol. So I had a resentment towards a person and not the substance, you know? And so
Yeah.
it turned into like, now I'm struggling with the substance and I'm blaming it on the person, even though it's just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying, Robert, and I think that what I know about you is I know that you're doing a really fucking good job of teaching your kid a different way, which is
Yeah. And everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't care if you do drugs.
yeah.
You could do them right in front of me.
Right.
I'll help you. You could.
I'll
you know
help
what I
you,
mean?
bro. Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, yeah.
It doesn't bother me either, man.
Yeah,
anymore,
you
man.
want to
Yeah.
you want to do it? Hey, I'll make sure you're safe. Let's do it here, so that, you know what I mean, so you're not outside,
Yeah.
causing something. I'll be right there with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I going to do it with you? No. But you want to be on a 3-day bender? I'll be right there with you, hanging out and having fun. You know what I mean? I never had drugs. I never looked at it like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh yeah, what do you do for your pastime? Well, I was riding my bike. I lost my virginity when I was 18 because I was going to skate park every day,
Yeah.
trying to be a professional BMX rider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
What was your park? It was Burgess, right?
no, fuck Burgess.
What was your park?
Mariloma.
Mariloma was your
Yeah.
park. Got it.
So
that's a deep rooted thing right there. I grew up right down
Yeah.
the street from Burgess.
Mariloma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never went to Mariloma.
yeah, nobody says that. Yeah, it's Mariloma.
So somebody said that the Idlewild kids didn't fuck. I don't know. They didn't fuck with the Mariloma kids.
Everybody hated Mariloma.
They did.
Oh yeah.
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 I didn't know how to do anything, so it never mattered.
They had that really dope vertical wall, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, all the Burgess kids. I was back then also I only cared about BMX.
Yeah.
So I definitely wasn't the person I am now as aggressive. Like I got bullied a lot.
You did?
Oh yeah.
When?
In school.
No
Well,
way.
Yeah, because growing up poor,
Yeah.
no kids were allowed to come to my house, and I wasn't allowed to go to any kid's house. Not because of my parents, because their parents thought that I was the, you know what I mean? They're like,
Oh.
oh, I don't want
That's
you
the
hanging
kid you
out
don't want to hang out with. Yeah.
when
Yeah.
really,
It was-
and you look
Yeah.
back at it now,
yeah.
all those kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm where I'm at because of me, and I got myself there. And if you would have saw me back then, you'd be like, oh yeah, that kid's gonna fail in life.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
And so
You've got one more Rolex than I do, bro. Bro, I like looked at Rolexes the other day for Christmas, and I was like, fuck, that's what fucking Rod's like. Fuck, dude, he's got one more Rolex than me, dude. That's something.
yeah, but
Not material wise, but I'm just saying this. The whole point of that is like,
yeah, a lot
you
of
got
people,
one more than me, bro.
Yeah, a lot of
You
people
had the real credit card before I got one. You know what I mean? So
I also I
Yeah.
also thought I started building my credit when I was younger because I learned about all that stuff.
damn.
Bought my first all my houses and everything. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just because again, I was like, man, I want something. I want to do this. You know what I mean? I don't want to go rent an apartment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. And I was like, oh, it's this easy to buy a house. You know what I mean? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And but Yeah, I have a lot of
Yeah, my mom said after she met you, you know, the regular, you know, is he fucking from here and all that? And I was like, yeah, he is. And she said something funny, and she was like, because there was a guy like you that was like kind of like the leader of the, you know, like the dude that kind of like led a lot of kids behind him, right? And there was one like that, and that dude got me on drugs and in mad trouble and fucking all that. And my mom said something funny, and she was like, I wish that dude who was straight edge would have been the guy you gravitated towards as you were younger. You know, I thought that was a cool thing. I wanted to tell you here, you know, but she was like, that guy would have been the guy you could have gone and hang out with and stayed out of a little more, less trouble, I bet.
I don't know about less trouble.
Yeah.
You're just gotten different trouble.
Different trouble, you're right.
Yeah.
Or had cars and stuff, you know. When did you start building cars before the bikes? You were in high school?
No, I got out of high school and I bought my first car. It was a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
I bought that for $800.
Yeah.
It was a single cam nitrous. I didn't know how to drive a car. I didn't know how to drive a stick. It was $800 in Dayton.
Oh yeah.
And this cat, I forgot his name, who lives in Dayton. He had the car. I was like, hey, I didn't know it was that far. I can't come get it. He was like, hold on. I might have somebody to give you a ride.
Damn.
So I didn't know these two people that came and got me. And it was actually Jolene.
Sick.
You know Jolene?
Yeah.
It was her and her boyfriend at the time. They came and picked me up from my apartment, drove me out there. I bought the car, had that. I drove it home, learning how to drive.
Yeah.
Right?
Learned how to drive on the way home.
Learned how to drive on the way home.
I love that.
And then that way I was, I can go to different skate parks instead of riding my bike. That's the whole reason why I got the car, the hatch, so I could throw my bike in there and just go wherever I wanted to go.
Okay.
And I got that car. Then it was actually pretty fast. Started going to street races, and I was like, oh man, this is actually pretty fun, right? Then just started upgrading. Found out how cheap cars, you know what I mean? At that time, parts were hella cheap.
Yeah.
Going fast, and then just started eventually building my cars where, you know, I had a 10-second car.
Yeah.
You have like 300 to 500 horsepower on the street. You drive it every day. And then after you go over 500, then your car just sits in the garage, which isn't fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had a race car. I had all that stuff. But I did that right out of high school just to go to other skate parks.
Got you.
Yeah.
But then you ended up having kind of a crew of dudes that came and kicked it with you.
Well, yes. So there was a car club called Evil Tech that was already around.
Oh, I thought you started it.
No,
Oh.
I didn't start it. So it was already around.
Got
and
it.
it was already well known. And I had to prospect for him.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had
Cool.
to prospect him for like a year. And with Eddie,
Yeah.
who died.
Yeah. Jared, who died.
Yeah. Well, I brought Jared in, but yeah. All those cats. And we would just go, and there was a lot more to it, but it was pretty fun back then. And then once I came into Evil Tech, I kind of like took it over and got more younger cats involved, more people that wanted to actually street race and like.
Those weren't all straight edge cats?
No.
Got it.
I saw an Evil Tech car, green hatchback, all-wheel drive out of Fallon, running 8, like 5-6 years ago.
Do you know who that was?
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably Berta.
Fast,
sick.
bro. Fast. I had a 13-second truck, and I was like, I'm doing shit. And I saw a fucking hatchback blow 8 seconds. I was like, holy shit.
Damn.
He just hit sevens right now. Sevens or sixes.
It's
I haven't
crazy.
been in this. I haven't been in the car scene for a long time.
Yeah, but you never lost it. You're still.
No, I
cars
still
together.
have my NSX and stuff
Damn.
like that.
I didn't know we were going to talk about the NSX, dude.
Yeah.
It's for sale.
It's for sale right now.
We're going to sell it, dude. 140, 150.
Yeah, it's K-swap, turbo, fully bagged, big body kit. It's nice.
Yeah.
I just got it started, or I just got it running like 4 nights ago.
Yeah. It sounded so good, bro.
Yeah. So,
There was a whole grip of dudes around there just like, fuck, bro. That was a cool look.
and being from when I was a kid buying that $800 car,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And NSX is like the dream car,
Right.
your dream Honda, right?
Yeah.
And I had I had two S2000s. So I got all of my dream cars I've ever wanted.
Yeah.
But I've had this car for like 4 years, and now I just finally swapped it. And so it's still fun. It's fun when it's mine and I get to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But going out and street racing, it's not the same anymore. It used to be super fun. We'd race for hours and
Yeah.
run from the cops, and it was fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was fun. Now, yeah, people are getting hit on the
That's, yeah.
doing the sideshow.
That wasn't a thing then.
No.
The sideshow thing seems fairly new to me
Yeah.
because I got guys in that come around us that their kids are all in the sideshows and
Yeah, I know.
they're like going to jail every weekend, bro. I was like, this can't be fun, dude. Like,
The
if you're getting caught every weekend, like, do something else, dog. You know?
the first night I took Kylie out, bro. We went out by the GM warehouse out at Stead, and we ran from the cops. That was the first night she hung out with me, dude. Little old
Damn.
Kylie from Los Altos, bro.
Yeah.
Running from the
Yeah.
fucking
You ran from the cops?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you hear that? Well, that's fucking cool, dude. Yeah, I was like, my first car was a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Hell yeah.
And I was 19, bro. I was a Little League umpire saving all my money, dog. And that was my first car. And I also had to learn on the way home from Carson.
Stick?
Stick, yeah.
mine was
And,
stick.
and I fucking stalled on the on-ramp. Once I got it going, I was good, bro. But the clutch was mad touchy. And I thought I was the coolest kid, dude. And I was like 5 years later than everybody else at McQueen that all had cars already, bro. You know, I was just pumped, but I was also smoking crack in it on the way home.
Hell,
you know?
fuck yeah.
So,
I didn't,
you know?
I didn't get that first car. I was 18.
Yeah,
I
dude.
got an 86 Camaro, dude. Thought it was with T-tops.
86?
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest
Yeah.
thing.
That would have been the car to smoke crack in.
Yeah,
That's
for
Camaro?
sure.
No, Fox Body, dude.
Yeah.
Fox Bodies, Camaros, yeah.
And then, this kid, Steven Weber, I'm still friends with him to this day. He had a white Fox body, and I was at the Home Depot.
That's a tweaker car, dog.
That thing's fast, dude. And
People like those. It's not my. I don't like those ones, but I get
you
it.
could swing those fucking things. Those are
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. I like looking at a really nice done up one.
Yeah.
You know, but
John Hill had a cool one. Like
John Hill had a cool one.
Yeah.
His cars were always fast.
John Hill had a cool one, and then I was friends with the Hunt brothers, Devin and Kyle, and then I got to see that little feud that they would get like license plate cover, be like John would be like fuck Kyle, and John would have or Kyle would have fuck John, and they would
what were they driving?
So John had a green Fox body with
Oh.
with an LS in it, and then Kyle, I think he sold it, but he had an RX-7, and then he had an LS in it, but they were running 7s and 8s, and
Yeah, see, those guys were in DSE, and I was in Evil Tech. Those
Y'all beefed it?
not with those guys.
Okay.
They might have. They were in the crew that we were beefing with. They
Okay.
might not have knew, but yeah. Because I ran Evil Tech. Yeah, I was definitely gangbanging on Evil Tech.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah, that my wife knew you before I did. Yeah, my wife knew of you, excuse me. You know what I mean? Beth was like, knew Jared and knew a few of those guys.
From the street races.
From the street
yeah.
races, yeah. That's how I knew it was like, my wife might be cooler than me. Because she was
Circuit
hanging out with
City
cooler
days, dude.
people. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
hanging out with
yeah.
cooler people.
Yep.
Where were you guys going?
Circuit City.
Circuit City.
there'd be
Yeah.
fireworks and
I was an
fist
underground
fights
kid,
and-
open ground. Yeah,
I was at open ground every night.
yeah. I was
Actually-
at there for the raves.
So yeah, I wasn't.
You weren't?
No.
That's where I got beat up. Was at a rave selling.
I mean, I've been to a few raves there because
the lollipop loves were sick, bro.
just because before
Yeah.
we get to ride our bike at the park.
Yeah.
And then Big Dylan would shut it down, and then we'd get to ride either after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like,
I didn't know that there was people that would ride after. That's cool.
Yeah, Big Dylan ran it,
Yeah.
and so yeah, we got to ride it all the time.
I caught the tail end of open ground. I'm 30, so I caught like the tail end. I found out about it, and then like a year or two later, it shut down.
And it was paintball before that, bro. Do you remember it was a paintball joint there?
I don't know.
There was a paintball joint in open ground in that spot beforehand, and I still think it was Dylan that did it first. I still think it was his spot, and then he built a skate park.
Do you remember the jumps over off Audi before they built the store there?
Yep.
That's where I learned how to ride a bike, dude. My dad taught me how to ride a bike, and then we found out about they built those big dirt jumps there after all the construction stuff. Just kid with shovels, dude. And
Really?
Yeah,
That's
that's where I ate shit on a bike for the first time. Was like, I'm gonna hit a jump, and did not know like speed or anything.
See a lot of people, yeah, Audi, West Second Street jumps in Sun Valley, Lupin, the jumps behind Costco that are still there.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, those are all like the super cool fucking dirt.
It was sick too
riding
because
spots.
it was like kids like you guys just out there with fucking shovels. Like this is how like we want our jumps to be, and it was cool.
Yeah. You did that for a minute though, didn't you?
I did that, yeah, all the way up until I was like 26.
Yeah.
I think I quit riding bikes when I was 26. I
Started getting into motorcycles.
motorcycles, cars,
Yeah.
hurting myself, and then I'm like, yeah, and then really what ruined my life was girls. You know what I mean? Instead of going to the skate park, you know what I mean? You go hang out with a girl, and then
Yes. I do know, bro.
yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I did it reversed. Yeah, I was with the girls, and then I was like, let me not do that anymore and hang out with my friends. You know, I did the opposite of you. What was do you remember the first bike you had after Evil Tech?
Like motorcycle.
Yeah, that was yours.
I had the first bike I ever bought was a '79 Ironhead.
That was what you were riding around?
Yeah, and I bought.
That's your first bike?
That was my first bike.
That's sick.
Yeah, with a Springer front end.
Yeah.
It was it was all fucking. I bought it from a douche LaRouche, and yeah, I thought it was hella cool because again, I knew about bikes, and I didn't know about new bikes. I only knew about old bikes, so I'm like, yeah, I'm getting that. And then when I rode that, I mean, it was pretty fast and it was cool. It had no front brakes, and so
Yeah, fuck that. Why did no front brakes not be cool anymore? You know,
they're still not cool.
They're still not cool, dude. I got like 3 brakes in the front, dude.
I still don't even use my front brakes.
Yeah, all rear brake, dude.
All rear brake.
Yeah.
And
I forget it's there. Anytime I've ever rid a bike, I
Yeah.
almost throw
Well, my
myself
bike's
over
my rear brake, my Dyna rear brake was 6 pistons. It was fucking great. This new lowrider one kind of sucks dick. So,
Yeah.
not a lot of compression.
I've never
So I
had a
gotta use it.
motorcycle, so anytime anybody let me ride one, I didn't realize what that pedal's for. I just grab that thing and almost throw myself.
I actually still have my Ironhead too. It's in my it's in one of my storage sheds.
Your garage is a dream, dog.
Well,
Your whole
thank you.
house is a showroom, dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I can't put all my bikes there, but
Yeah.
I wish I bought, so right after that I bought a FXR before they were cool. And I think
Before they were cool.
before they were cool.
Yeah.
I think I bought that one that was all done up too. Had a chain drive, everything. I think
The red frame one?
no.
Oh, okay.
This was way before that.
Okay.
I think I bought it for like $2,400,
Yeah.
and then I sold it for $2,600, thinking I was like, and I had it for like a year. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I'm still making out on it.
Man. Imagine what you would sell that for right now, dude.
I know, and it was like, you know, the Vegas, like the stripper cards.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of those,
Yeah.
and on my tank I had like this clear glue.
Yeah.
I made all my paint job of just like whores.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool. You should kind of revisit that maybe, bro.
Yeah.
With the epoxy, because that'd be a cool even with like the 4 cards or something. That's a cool paint job.
Yeah, and then I had my favorite one right in the front, just her bent over, and that was my, you know what I mean?
Those little Vegas cards.
Yep, those
Damn,
are tight,
bro.
So every time I go to Vegas, I get a stack because I still want to do that.
Yeah.
But
That'd be a cool build.
yeah,
That'd be a really nice one, dude. Yeah. Well, your FXR is always going to be my favorite, bro. You know what I mean? That FXR is
which
bad.
one, the gray one?
The gray one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that, and all that is the other one is that black one that keeps winning shows. That won the show that first time when you and me won that show together.
Yeah.
You know, that's the poster from that show, actually.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah. That show was, that FXR was, you didn't even have to be there. I was there all day, bro. You came back and got a trophy, dog.
Yeah.
That was sick, dude. That one's one of my favorites. What year was that first FXR that you had?
89.
Damn, so that's the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd really liked. There was I looked at it 89 the other day. I swear to God, it was 18, 19, something like that. They're going for a lot
I'm like
now.
22 right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. So, what made you want to start doing motorcycle stuff instead of car stuff?
Um,
You feel like you outgrew it, or it's just something different?
no, my heart was always into it. I always loved it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up around
Right.
it, And I was more into street racing and going fast and, making 900 horsepower in my Civic, and, that was pretty fun. And then uh, I was like, you know what? I got some money. I'm going to buy a bike. I was still in the cars a little bit. And
Right.
then once because I rode a bike when I was little, right? But until I like rode my first one, and then it was just hooked, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so, and then right after then, yeah, it just kept going. And then I didn't have any cars, and I only had
bikes.
bikes. And then I
Yep.
had like 15 cars and 3 bikes, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and now I have way more bikes than I do have cars.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because you got a couple nice. You got you have that truck. That truck's tight.
The right-hand drive
the
truck. I have
right-hand
the
drive
right-hand
truck.
drive truck, and then my regular truck,
Yeah.
and then an
The
NSX.
NSX.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. So that's almost done, ready to go, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
I did the fueling, like everything. The only thing I got to do is get a fabricator to do all the intercooler piping, because
Got it.
I'm running my intercooler under the front bumper or the rear bumper.
Look, dude.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
Oh, we got a guy.
Uh,
Got you.
Do you have a guy?
No,
He's a guy.
he's the guy.
He's a guy. And
Got
hey,
you.
but check it out. If you say that and then you don't do it,
No, I
he's
got
gonna
you on
beat
the
the
guy
shit
that
out of
will
you.
do it. That will
Oh, okay.
money, dude. He's great.
Yeah. He is.
Alright.
This is
Great.
an auto guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Alright.
great. We did.
Yeah.
I worked at Smith Power forever, and we'd put like Mercedes diesel engines into old cats, and we had to do all the piping and everything. And the guy who taught me is
I'll tell you.
amazing.
Yeah.
He can tag his name on a Mountain Dew can, and there won't even be a hole in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the man, dude.
Is that what you
Well,
you do piping with TIG welding? Is that
Yeah,
how
I
that
can do
works?
that. Yeah.
Got
I
it.
don't know if I can afford him then.
No, you're fine. You're
Jeez.
fine. He's great.
Find a way to trade it,
He's
dog.
great. Dude.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's great.
I'll give him a piece of the NSX. I'll give him a Fender or something.
You never know. You never know.
Give him a wheel,
he's
bro.
He's a Mitsubishi guy, but he's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, he definitely hates Hondas then.
He's great. He loves cars, bikes, everything. He's just a gearhead.
Yeah.
He's a gearhead. He made like a log splitter last month because he was bored and stuff. Like he's great.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things you told me coming up, because again, we were raised very different, bro. You know, we were raised very different, you know, and one of the things you had told me that I value, if I had no, if I had less standards for the people I hang out with, bro, I'd have 100 cats around me right now, you know? And one of the things you told me was that El Capone saying was the 4 quarters over 100 pennies,
Yeah.
you know, and you had your own way of saying it. And I can't remember exactly what you said, but it was like, I think I was still prospecting, bro. And you talked about that. And that's one of the best advice that you've ever given me ever in my whole life. And you've given me lots of advice. You've told me a lot of fucking things that I need to live by. But that was the one where coming up, not from the same place, the same surroundings that you did, that has really helped me keep my circle the way it is. Because man, if it wasn't like that, I don't think our club would still be around. I don't think half the dudes around me that are solid, that I think are solid, would be around, bro. So again, I just want to tell you that unsolicited just advice that you gave, and I'm sure you give it to others, meant a lot to me, bro. You know, and I do try to live up to that, you know, and I do try to live up to the people that I think are honest. They're gonna come to me, and we'll come to me and we'll lie together, you know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that's some real man shit that is like the most invaluable advice I've ever gotten, and it came from you, bro. So it means a lot, dog. How did you slowly make the transition into wanting to be in a club?
Well, so I've always wanted to be in a club.
Yeah.
Since I was little. So actually, you know, when I told my guys, I said, hey, you know, I met you when I was 12 years old. Sonny had a book signing in Carson City, and I went there and got bought a book, had him sign the book.
Whoa.
Signed my shoe. I had Converse, signed my shoe, and he had throat cancer. Then he was like, hey, I'm like 10 to 12, right? And he's like, hey, do you smoke? I'm like, no. He's like, this is what's going to happen if you smoke, pushing this thing. And I'm like, fuck, all right.
Whoa.
Right. Then I got to meet everybody. And then, so I've always just been, it's just always been one of the things. My dad's always been a supporter. Everybody I knew was a supporter, if not, you know what I mean? Or met a few, along the way. And so I've always wanted to be in a club. That's why I was never in a club before. And, that's about how I was trying to run my car club. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like the same morals and standards as, you know what I mean? Just like that.
Right.
Keeping people that are actually, I wasn't just being like, hey, you come here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was actually trying to get, cats that were, and I raised a lot of them too, not in my car club, but all of my friends, I kind of raised, uh, in like a sense, like,
Yeah.
just taught them good advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know from others that they were missing something from their life. You know what I mean? Like from the short time I got to know Ryan, it was like he was missing something from his life, bro. And you definitely helped him fill that something with something at least better than fuck doing drugs or something bad, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's not a bad thing to do as a kid, bro, is to learn how to build with cars and shit, That's a cool thing, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was actually,
Even if you're gonna get into trouble, fuck it,
yeah. I mean, I was actually very fortunate, even though I'm glad I was raised how I was and saw
Yeah.
everything I saw, so I could be the man that I am today.
Right.
And my goal every day is to be the best man and best father I could ever be. That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. And teaching my son to be the best man and to have manners and still,
Yeah. But
like,
still punch you in the mouth. Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
for whatever reason,
Right.
not to be a bully,
No, yeah.
but to, what I mean, stand on what you say,
Yeah.
'cause
That's the separation that I feel like the world's missing today is like you don't necessarily got to be violent, bro, but you got to be capable of it, And that's what I feel like is missing from the generations now, bro,
Yeah, but it is missing. But like I said, I'm 37.
Yeah.
I was raised way different.
Yeah.
So back then, kids were getting raised where, you weren't like
It wasn't like that.
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, it's just way different.
Yeah.
And then those kids have kids and they're like, hey, yeah, don't, even if he hits you, don't hit back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, don't do this if, you know what I mean? No, hit him.
Yeah. That's
Right?
something I inherently disagree with, like to my fucking core, bro. That's just not going to be my kids. How about that? My kids are going to be capable of being motherfuckers, if they have to be,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never punish my kid or get mad at him for defending himself or doing what's righteous. But if he's gonna be a bully, I'm gonna bully him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And and that's how I try and pick my friends. You know what I mean? And pick the people that I'm around. You know what I mean? I try and surround myself. I don't really need friends. I don't care.
Right.
I'm good with where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With what I'm doing. And we happen to click and then we become friends. Perfect.
Right.
But I ain't looking for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just definitely don't want to be around no lames because I don't want my kid around lames. I don't want to be around lames.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people aren't like that. I won't be fake to you.
Yeah.
And in today's society,
I know
everybody's fake.
Yeah.
And they'll be your best friend.
Yeah.
Right now, and then as soon as you leave, before you leave the door, they're talking shit.
Yeah.
Which you could talk shit, all the shit, but guess what? At least I will never be fake to you.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you what it is.
Yeah.
You will, bro. I know this about you, bro.
Yeah.
And yes. Yeah. There's not a lot of cats that I know like that in my life.
And it does make it hard for people to like me because I am honest or I'm truthful.
But that goes back to the 4 quarters, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I said you want to be my friend. I'm not looking for it, but hey, we could connect in a certain way. But Yeah, I don't care. I don't need fake friends.
Yeah. I know you're my friend because I don't want anything from you. You know, those are the people that I know that are in my life. That's like, because that's another thing is when I was out there, like the cats you grew up with, man, those are cats that were just your friends. But like the cats I grew up with, they all wanted something from me. They wanted the girls that I was bringing around, or they wanted the fucking drugs that I had, or whatever, bro. But it's like the people in my life now that I surround myself are genuinely people that are like, they don't need anything from me, bro, except to be okay, right?
Yeah.
And honest and a quality person,
Yeah.
you know. But like they don't need anything that I'm, providing,
Yeah.
and that's some shit I had to learn in this and doing this thing, doing motorcycle life is like those. I wouldn't have learned that, bro. And I've learned cats that are only your friends because of who you are, who you associate with, And again, like you said, I'll be friendly with you, but my friends are few and far between around, especially on the back of the advice that you gave me, just coming up, bro. You are working on a little something, and I want to talk about it. This is a cool episode because this is our Christmas episode. This is our Christmas Eve episode, man. And this is also our 30th episode. So there's a lot of
Coolness.
coolness with you coming on for this one. So, but you're starting a little thing that I'm fucking super excited about because I think it's fucking cool. And it's kind of a Reno thing. No, it is a Reno thing. And I wanted to see how much we can talk about right now, but your new clothing line, which I think is probably one of the coolest fucking things I've seen around slumlords, man. What made you want to start doing this?
I don't know. Slumlords is
cool as fuck, dude.
It's a hard ass name.
Yeah.
But also I want to make shirts that is like for real people that are like, you know what I mean?
Like I would wear that.
Yeah.
There's not a thing you've designed yet that I haven't been like fucking pumped on.
And it's like when I find shirts, when I look at brands, I look at that, I'm like, oh man, this guy he just probably Googled what was cool and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And made that. I'm trying to do something where like where you came from the street, where you're actually, came from the streets,
Yeah.
are on the streets, either
Yeah.
drug addict,
Yeah.
straight edge,
Yeah.
hardcore,
Yeah.
like, but the most, of what it, like the top, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, so I have 2 designs right now that are actually at the print shop. I got 3 more coming. I wasn't trying to just start it and then say, hey, pre-order my stuff. You know what I mean?
You wanted to have the product in hand.
Yeah, product in hand, show what it's about. And it's, I don't know, it's pretty hard,
It is fucking, that's a cool line. That's a cool idea. It's like one of those ones that's like, I know a lot of people that have started lines. I've started a clothing line. I know it's hard. I think the hardest thing is the first thing is the fucking brand, the logo, the name, right? That's the hardest fucking part of starting any clothing line, dude. And I'm a little jealous because you hit it on the head like the first go around.
Well,
Slumlords is a dope name. The logo is dope, dude.
And the first shirt I'm printing, the first shirt
Yeah.
I'm dropping is kind of going to be like the notch that I'm trying to reach, which is going to be on the back of the shirt, just plain and simple. It's going to say, support your homies like you support lames.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
that's some shit that he said. Like Robert says stuff like that, you know
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that I'm doing. Cause like I said, I look at other clothing companies and I'm not saying all of them, you know what I mean? But, some people are making,
knockoffs of other people's clothes.
yeah, but,
Yeah.
or like, just something that that guy would never even do, who's some nerd that just is just profiting off of, because it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's going to be my first shirt. That's what I'm trying to go for, is just stuff like that. That's real.
Yeah.
And, and it goes for everybody, it doesn't just go for, you know what I mean? It goes for in every industry, cars, bikes, podcast, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a wild question because I got some friends that do clothes too. Would you ever think about doing pants?
You know, I'm
Do we talk about that? Yeah.
pants. I mean, me personally, I've never even thought of that because I don't wear anything on my. I wear boots and 501s or
Well, I mean,
What about that? What
or
about that?
Carhartt.
But
You
what
know what I
about
mean?
that company in Oregon we were talking about?
Well, yeah,
nobody does
I-
pants, bro. It's only
Yeah.
like Levi Carhartt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all the dudes, we got our fucking pants and we wear them. But like my friends, like made some fucking pants, I'd wear them.
Yeah.
I reached out to them.
Yeah?
And they haven't never hit me back up
Yeah. Yeah.
on
That was
Instagram.
that's a cool idea though.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still. I mean, that would be cool.
Yeah. What was that one called? You want to say?
Yeah,
Okay. No worries.
but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if they said yeah, or for whatever reason, yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Do different pants, but I'm not really. You know what I mean? But I want it to be shown. I don't really.
Right.
I don't know.
Pants is a hard one, bro, because no pants really are made here, dog. You know?
Right.
And you really do have to make them overseas to make a profit, which is kind of the problem, you know? There's probably places in here in America that'll do it, but even those companies are getting their materials from somewhere
Yeah.
in Taiwan, you know,
Yeah.
like,
And
you know,
and
except for Levi's. Levi's, do you know Levi's are from Reno?
yep,
What?
yeah.
That's why I like Levi's, bro.
I
Yeah.
I had no clue. They make them here?
No,
started
no,
here.
Started here.
What?
Yeah, there's if you go down by the Reno Arch, there's a plaque.
Holy
that
shit! I
says
didn't know that.
Levi Strauss. Yeah.
Hmm.
Virginia Street Brew House was
Was
actually.
the factory.
Well, no, it was just a little spot, but that's like right where it was,
Was where oh I see
where
what you're
that
saying.
is now.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
I still find it so weird that we call it the Virginia Street Brew House. I've only ever been in there.
I
when
called it Knitting
Yeah,
Factory.
it's the knitting
Yeah,
factory, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I went to my first hardcore show as a kid, dude. Was there. And I was not a hardcore kid, bro. You know what I mean? So I was like, didn't know shit, but like a lot of my friends that were from the jazz scene, believe it or not, were starting to play in heavy metal bands and hardcore bands and fucking I realized how difficult the music is. It's actually insanely musical, you know. It was kind of a wild thing. But yeah, I was not those kids. I was not one of those kids, bro.
The last
But
time I was in the knitting factory, I left scared for my life because my friends thought it'd be cool to give me liquid acid for the first time. And
yeah, that's not the place to do
no,
acid.
dude,
dog.
I like scared
That's
for
not
my
the
life. I left. My sister pulled up because my friend called. Thank God. And
Yeah.
I watched Obama get reelected on like 10 hits of liquid acid, dude.
And thought it was a dream.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
the last time I ever stepped foot in that place. I don't even
You
want to go back.
you went to Knitting Factory a bunch, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who was your favorite fucking band there?
There, dude, I probably couldn't tell you. There's been so many shows that I've ever been to in my life that I probably, you know what I mean? That,
Yeah.
shit, I don't even know.
Yeah. What was your favorite trip you've taken so far on your motorcycle?
Every year to Sturgis,
Yeah.
it's tight.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm with everybody.
Your people, yeah.
Yeah, everything's fun. It's just, yeah,
Yeah. Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere is just actually pretty cool just to go.
Yeah.
I mean, going across country on your motorcycle is amazing by itself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite little town ever is Rock Springs, Wyoming. Can't tell you why, but it's one of my favorites, bro.
Never,
Of all, it's right off of I-80, you know.
never even been to East Arizona. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just before Sinclair. And that town's a wild place, bro. That's like a biker loving town, bro. You know, of all the places I've been to, not thinking I was gonna love it. I love that. I love that little town, bro.
I like actually Big Bear.
Big Bear's cool.
Or Red Lodge, Montana.
Yeah.
Beartooth Pass.
Oh, so when you go, yeah, so you go I-80 and then that's when you start going north, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was there one time, and I actually thought that was that's probably one of my favorite places that I've ridden by,
Yeah.
because I was leaving Red Lodge, going to Big Bear or Big Bear Tooth Pass, whatever. and you're riding, and there's like right on the right side of you is a big creek or a big river. You know what I mean? That's just beautiful. There's rocks, trees, just everything. And then you're just going up this big mountain, and the whole thing you see is just, you know what I mean? And then you go to the very top, and then they like you could feed all the squirrels and shit.
That's
and
cool.
So, and you're on top of the mountain. It's like so high. It has like, you know what I mean? But
So that's the one you go through Yellowstone, right?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
you can, yeah, the other side.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can go both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the that's the way you like.
Yeah.
Is that the way you usually go?
Yeah. And then you usually see people like, you see like buffaloes or something, and you see people try and like get hella close. Or
Oh,
just,
yeah.
That was so terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Getting jammed up by a buffalo.
Yeah.
would be
These
tight.
people are just dumb.
Idiots, dude.
Yeah.
Idiots,
Yeah.
bro.
They think these big ass animals aren't going to do anything.
Yeah, fuck
Most
you
of
up.
the time they don't.
Those are some of
but-
my there's a page on Instagram, and it's Yellowstone. Oh, bro. It's something Yellowstone. Yellowstone tourist something, and it's just them posting videos of fucking moose, elk,
Yeah.
fucking
They
buffalo,
have no idea that.
black grizzly bears, fucking tourist stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's in buffalo's genetics to be scared of humans. We ran them off cliffs for
Yeah.
fucking 1,000 years, dude.
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
run like 30 something miles an hour, dude.
Yeah, that page is funny, bro.
Like way more than your car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's fucking cool, man. You're doing Sturgis again, right? Always.
every year.
You're never gonna not go.
Sturgis so fun.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. I was thinking about doing Arizona Bike Week this year. I want to try that.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Yeah.
No, I was just curious because I heard it was. I'm already gonna be down there. I just curious what that was about. But well, fucking. When is your clothing line? When are you gonna
Be the first drop.
the first drop?
I'm probably going to do like January 1st, the beginning of the year.
Not at all year.
So then that way, it's, brand new year. I'm not very fucking like, I don't give a fuck about any of that, but
Yeah.
everybody's going to Christmas, spend your money on your family. Right. So I'll do mine like January 1st.
Yeah.
Have it on there. Yeah, my website, whatever, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
what'll be the website?
Slumlords 666. So yeah, it's not really like satanic you're right, but it's just one of those things I picked.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. So it's just different.
It is different, bro. That's what's
Yeah.
cool about it is it is not the same. I can't say, hey, that looks like something else, which I think is like what you were talking about. A lot of clothing lines are like biting each other. you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like this is a version or an iteration of something I've seen over here.
Yeah, and either
So-
a lot of people are gonna like it or they're not, you know what I mean? But I know that I think that a lot of people are gonna, wear something like that because I look at clothing like, oh, I would wear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's tight.
That's what I would do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then a lot of people don't like what I like either,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it where it's all together, but yeah, support your homies like you support lames is pretty hard and
It's hard.
everybody will wear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's real.
Yeah.
Are you going to do female stuff or just guy stuff? For now?
I'm trying to do like sports bras and stuff like that. Like, not too much. Like I'll do like crop tops and stuff like
Yep.
that. But
Crop tops sell, bro.
But again, this is just starting out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit like, all the kids from hardcore, just every aspect of everything that everybody could always wear.
Yeah.
That's tough, I think.
Yeah. A really cool Reno brand like that would be tight. I don't know of any off the top that are made by a hardcore guys for other hardcore guys or made by a biker for other bikers.
Yeah.
I don't know any. That's why I think it's gonna work. That's why I know it's gonna work. It's gonna be cool, bro.
Yeah, and then go to all the shows and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been working on it for a while. I've had the idea for a long time. I just never really did it. And then I'm like, you know what better place than here? What better time than now?
Yeah.
So do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit happening here in town, and it's tight. A lot of people are coming out of here doing stuff, like just doing shit,
Yeah.
doing shit, and that's always good. And I think it's creating like healthy competition with the community, and I think that's the only way things get better. It's like, oh, look at what they're doing. Like, I want to fucking do something. Same thing with cars. Your car's faster. Like, I'm gonna try to make my car faster.
Oh,
And you got to
always.
learn. You got to learn on the way, which just
Yeah.
makes everybody better. I mean, we're
Yeah.
all doing something, and it's tight, dude.
Yeah. I think most of my thinking behind that has been like, there's not a podcast that's like, that's like how I feel or how I think or fucking
Yeah.
is something that I would exclusively want to watch. So let's just do our own fucking one.
There's nothing
you know?
better than being authentic, you know.
Right. So that's my thinking behind a lot of shit. Like, nobody's got a fucking Harley with gold wheels that I know, you know. So I'm just gonna do that. You know what I mean? Now everybody's got a fucking Harley with gold wheels, bro. You know?
Trendsetter, see?
Yeah, dog. I want to hear the story of. I can edit this little part out if you want, but the blue bike in your house, how that came into your possession.
So that was
What year is that?
a 51.
It's inside.
Yeah, it's inside my house.
That's
It's a 51 Panhead.
Yeah.
It was my godfather's bike that I grew up on. He was like, he's dead now. He just died this year. He was 6'9", 350 pounds. He was a big man, and he's always been that big. And so I was like 4, 5, 6 years old, trying to wrap my hands around him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to ride this bike.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, hey, you know, because he was getting older to kick it, and I'm like, hey, you know, I mean, I would really, what do you want for it? What can I do to get this bike?
Right.
And this bike I'll never sell it. I'll never do anything that you don't want me to do with it. You know what I mean? What can I do? Because this bike means a lot to me.
Right.
And he said, really? I said, yeah. He said, okay, here, cheers.
Yeah.
And you know, I got that, and that's why it's in my living room as like a showpiece. It's actually not in my living room right now.
Yeah.
It's at Mondo's shop.
Oh, it's getting worked on?
Yeah, I'm getting I'm having him build a front end for it.
Springer?
No. I'm
Yeah.
having him build a front end, one of his front ends.
Oh, okay.
I got wheels.
Yeah.
We're doing we're putting my touches on the bike.
Cool. That's sick.
So then that way, you know, it's something I can ride when you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to ride it every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has a spot in my house. So that way, not my garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's being warm in with the heater.
Yeah. For the baddest little bike shop next year, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing with it. But yeah, he gave it to me, which meant a lot. And, you know, I'm going to pass it down and
that thing's so bad, dude.
yeah.
That thing's so fucking sick. That's a pretty bike, dude. That'll be cool to see it running and rideable in the show, dude.
And
you know?
And the reason why I'm kind of making it my own, I'm still keeping everything that's the same.
Yeah.
Same paint color, same everything. But he was just a big man, and even I'm 6'2", and that bike
It's
was
still too big for you?
That bike was still big for me.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm like I said, I'm just doing my spin on it, and yeah, it's tight.
That is a tight one. That's probably one of my favorite bikes that you have. Is that one? You know?
Yeah. I don't really even consider that like
a collection. Huh?
Yeah, because that's in my house, and you know what I mean? I ride it whenever, but it's not like I'm like, oh yeah, I have to, I still mention it, but yeah.
Yeah. So what made you have the idea to want to do this bike show that we're doing now?
Yes. I don't know, because everything else, Street Vibrations used to be so gay, or so cool.
Fucking cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was hella cool. I remember.
Now it's gay as age, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember walking down the street when I was little, and it was bigger. You know what I mean? You go to Sturgis now, that's what Reno used to look like. You know, bikes every side of the street, right in the middle.
It was almost 3 blocks, man. At the end, like before they moved it, it was like
Yes.
all the way almost down to First Street, bro.
Sims had their big diesel
That's
right in
right.
front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But just it used to be hella cool, and now it just sucks. Nobody
Nobody went last year.
nobody wants to come to Reno anymore.
Right.
Same for Hot August nights. Everything's just getting so like,
Yeah.
no cars here, no bikes there. You can't park on the street anymore. You can't do this. You can't do that. So I was just kind of making it where, yeah, whoever wants to come can come. You know what I mean? Put your bike in, club, not club. Fuck, you have a street bike. I don't care. It's all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do something to get more people to come to like street vibrations again. You know what I mean?
I've already got people asking me
Yeah.
and already committing and bugging. It's you're onto something.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I'm kind of pumped for the next year because it's, you know, I know we don't have a exact place in mind, but dude, there's gonna be a lot more people that have come.
There's gonna be a lot more.
I will say, not being
Yeah, you got to see it firsthand.
yeah, I've never been a part of like bike stuff at all. I mean, this is probably the closest I've been to it. Is just him being who he is for me, and so I never went to like street vibes. My family never had bikes. I never had dirt bikes, so it was never just a part of my thing. And then I got to go to it this year, and as just like a commoner, it was sick. It was cool to be around. I didn't feel like, because growing up, you know, you always get, like I said, for the people that are not involved, I always like hear the noise of like, oh, well, you know, if you go down to street vibes, this, that, and the other. It was sick. I felt like I was at like a big, nice event. I didn't feel any type of way. It was nice.
No, it was a nice event, and Mondo really helped us out, man. Made that thing legit too. You know, Mondo's builds were nuts. Yeah, and who's that other old school's bikes?
Old school, yeah.
Those bikes were fucking sick.
There was a Aaron Green there,
Yeah,
from Paramount Custom Cycle. He didn't bring any bikes, but like
he was there looking around.
Yeah, Mondo, Aaron. I mean, those are like world-renowned bike builders.
Right in our backyard, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's cool to see that. It just, and then that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a spot where everybody's not scared to go or thinking that, you know, no, it's just come on, have a good time.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
And it was a lot of that. It was a lot of just people coming to look at cool motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had bartenders, you know, everything. So it was.
Shout out to Randy, dude.
Damn.
She's coming on.
Is she?
She is. I like
That's
her.
tight.
I like Randy a lot. She's very neat. You know
Very
what I mean? She seems neat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy did a great job, and it was cool, and it was just a great event, bro. And I think that you're onto something with that too. Between that and Slumlords, next year's gonna be a cool year, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully this time I can see my bike show.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice if you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been really nice if you were there, bro. It was like I had to call in some favors, bro, because there was street vibes, man. That was bullshit, bro. I was so mad.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, just like lock yourself inside for a whole fucking day before, bro.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, they were looking for you, dog.
But it turned out good. It turned
did,
out,
bro.
yeah.
It was a cool show, dude.
Yep. And next year it's gonna be bigger and badder and fucking more bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only gonna get better.
Yeah. Yeah, the what was it? Bro, I cannot. It was one of Mondo's bikes, and it was this metric was it a Suzuki, bro?
The BMW, the black one?
It's the one that won the metric class. I can't remember what it was, bro, but it was Mondo's so cool, bro, because he can build metric choppers and make them look sick,
Yeah,
dude.
he builds everything.
Yeah, yeah,
And he's humble. He doesn't, he's like, yeah, that's what you want, easy.
yeah.
Right. And he doesn't, yeah. Mondo's super cool. I go and try and hang out with him.
Learn some stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's just in Reno's backyard too, man. You know, just a world-renowned builder like that. So he'll be at the next show too, you know. So that'll be fucking cool. Is just getting to do shows with him.
Yeah.
And he knew all the thing because I got there and he had these like pre-made plaques.
Yeah.
I was like, this is official, you know. You know, I wish one of my favorites is the prison run in Idaho.
Have you ever been there?
I've only got to see pictures of it. No, I've never got to see it firsthand. You know?
It's pretty cool.
But I think
like,
it looks really cool.
Yeah, I went there. I like everything about it. They do a really good job.
Yeah.
I just
I don't like that they don't let club people in, bro. You know what I mean? That's a silly thing. There's no bigger motorcycle enthusiast than a dude that's in a motorcycle club, you know?
that, and I mean, hey, do what you want to do, but free or paying money, I'm not taking a picture with a fucking back number.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
It's
think
not
that's-
cool to be in
that's-
prison, bro.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not cool.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody does it. I'm not hating on it.
I
You
get
want
what
to
you're
do
talking
it.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do that. That's cool.
But you've never been to prison, so you don't know.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
never. I would never have a back number. Take a
That's-
picture, and that's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's prison sucks. Jail sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah, I get what they're doing. It's like if they were to do one at Alcatraz, you know what I mean? It's like
Still,
Yeah,
I mean,
still
yeah,
wouldn't do
free or costing money for the picture.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's at a prison. That's the only thing that
would do different.
well, I just don't think that's. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't see something cool. I mean, you want to go to prison? Go to prison and take the fucking picture.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But to just be like, oh, hey,
yeah.
I'm at a prison with a back number.
Yep.
Can you guys
That's-
correct me if I'm wrong? The prison run started from guys that intentionally rode by a prison. Wasn't it Arizona to like see
No.
their
This
buddies?
is that's a whole different thing.
That's a different run. This is a show
This is
that they
Party
do
at
in
the Pins.
Party at the
I
Pins.
guess.
Which is a super good show. They have a super cool people there, cars, bikes. You know, they do it good, and they have one in Ohio,
Oh yeah.
which is super cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been to that one.
Is Frisco your favorite show?
No, my show is my favorite show. No,
Hell
Frisco
yeah.
Choppers, yeah,
Yeah.
which is coming up. I think January 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one
in Frisco.
our guys are always at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's fun, but
Now,
Yeah.
where do they do that? Do they do it in a building?
they do it I mean,
It's like the whole city, right?
no, it's in a building. I mean, the first time was in like a badass parking garage.
That's what I was talking about because that's the one where Easy Rider took a bunch of cool pictures, and I was like, didn't know where that was at.
There
Parking
was-
garage.
Yeah, that was at a parking garage. I mean, they always have a lot of people taking pictures in different magazines that go out and do it.
Yeah.
They know how to do it. Yeah. Those ones are tight. I won't miss January 18th. I'll be there.
You'll be in
Yeah.
at that show.
I'll be in San Francisco for that.
Well, my friend, I love you. Thank you so much for coming on here, bro. It really does mean a lot to me that you're on here. You're one of my major influences in riding motorcycles, man. You know, so, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. My kids look up to you, you know, so I love you and I really appreciate you coming on, bro. And this clothing line is definitely going to be something that we're going to be helping you push and be a part of in any way you'll have us. You know what I mean? So,
Thank you.
but I love you, dog, and fucking Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you next time. You know,
Yeah.
so fuck yeah.